NYPD remains on heightened alert. We really have been on heightened alert since the hostilities in Iran broke out about 1 week ago, which means extra counterterrorism deployments, heavy weapons teams, drones, aviation. This department, in particular, our intelligence and counterterrorism unit and teams have been out there in full force for the past week, as they are anytime something happens either in the city or around the world that we feel we need to deploy for. Look, this incident did occur at a protest, but it didn't have to have occurred at a protest. So this doesn't change our posture specifically on protests. The NYPD has been policing protests and ensuring New Yorkers' ability to exercise their First Amendment rights safely and lawfully for decades, but never more so, frankly, than over the past 2.5 years, where we have just seen a huge increase in the number of protests, and our officers, both our community affairs officers, our patrol officers, and our SRG officers are well trained and certainly well practiced at doing so.
Thanks, Brett. Hey, Commissioner, thank you. Given the threat picture that you've been outlining, how worrying is it that a couple of guys from Bucks County can just drive into Manhattan with potentially viable devices? Is it alarming, and is there anything you can do to stop it?
Thank you. So when we talk about heightened threat environment and when we talk about lone actor threat, this is another incredibly sobering reminder. We had one just a week ago in Austin, Texas. And that's the reason that we surge our personnel, as the Commissioner just mentioned, we've been doing since the onset of the war overseas in Iran for the last 10 days, to harden targets. Of course, some individuals will mobilize to violence without tripping the wires that we extensively set. And in that point, then it is the bravery of our officers who contend with a threat as it's unfolding on our streets, and in this case, incredibly bravely.
And, I would just add there's a few pieces to this, right? There is our intelligence and counterterrorism operation, and I have to say there is no other city in the world that has an intelligence and counterterrorism capacity quite like the NYPD's. But then, as Deputy Commissioner said, we also have our well-trained officers on the ground doing deployments to catch anything.
Tony DeStefano, Newsday. I guess this is for Commissioner Weiner. The two devices, were they both assayed as being TATP?
And
the Assistant Director talked of the third device being an improvised explosive. Was that also known quantity of TATP or something else?
So let's talk about the first two devices first. They were both brought on Saturday to Rodman's Neck, where our bomb technicians and FBI experts looked at them jointly. We assessed quite comprehensively one of the devices, and we determined that that device contained TATP. We didn't do the same type of thorough investigation of the second device, but instead decided to neutralize the two devices and take samples from both devices and send them over to an FBI lab where further testing, including for the existence of TATP in the second device, will be done.